Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Tuesday edition of Rasaji Speaks. It's not too late to sign up for Master David's class. So happy that you're here today. So let's talk today about the theme. The theme today is going to be a father's love and energy. What was Joseph's vital role? Well, I guess to be honest with you, nothing probably says it more than this picture in the background leading up to this. What is a faith of a Hebrew man when his wife comes to him and says that he is pregnant, that she is pregnant, and he hasn't touched her yet? They're betrothed, but they hadn't been married. There's been no mazel tov yet, right? So I want you to think about that. That right there will probably tell you the spiritual character of this amazing man. Joseph had the heart of Hanuman in this incarnation. I know, I was with him a lot. He was an amazing, amazing, amazing being. He was in the 14th generation bloodline of King David. His family spent about 4 generations really understanding money, and that money was for the children of light, to bring about charity, to bring about prosperity, to bring about generosity. Was very grounded, very organized, and chose well as much as Mary was chosen. It was really, and their marriage was the bringing together of the prophet in the spiritual sense to the prophet in capitalism. And the church really got this backwards. They really, really, really got this backwards because he was in, Jesus was born in a grotto, sold that he was poor. No, that was part of a manipulation trick by the church, actually, to be honest with you. Jesus was distributed by 3 Magis: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And those 3 things today are profoundly incredible assets. They're expensive today, more so than ever before, but they were expensive then also. And so much was traded. It wasn't only gold, it was also silver. There were 2 to 3 saddlebags of silver, 2 to 3 saddlebags on camels of gold. You've tried to figure out what that was, right? It was real powerful. And the interesting thing is that some of the merchandise and silver and gold they had, it had a Roman stamp on it. It was sealed, it was made in, and there was a smart reason for that. Joseph actually had that done years later to make that exchange easier and easier. Why? Why would he do that? Because the Romans were in charge of the Middle East at the time, from Damascus to Jerusalem, all the way back to Rome. That was a good amount of property. When they were traveling, they needed to not only have coins that were accepted, but they were sealed. It was amazing kind of a thing when you think about that, right? Oh, it wasn't as sophisticated and manipulated as we see today. They didn't have that kind of thing, but it was there. And it was nevertheless tagged on one side that you knew that Rome and the senators blessed the currency. You knew that at the time. It was amazing. They were the first ones to understand and manipulate metal like a silver and gold into a talent and into a coin. And they could do that during that time. It was pretty amazing. But on the travels, myrrh and frankincense, I mean, when you think about what frankincense is good for, I've learned a lot about frankincense in the last couple of years from some of our people here and using it in the lavatory, but it's amazing what frankincense can do. Skin ailments like you can't even believe. They were putting frankincense on leopards during this time, if you can imagine. That's pretty serious, right? Myrrh was good for preserving the body. They covered Jesus's body in myrrh because they know that with myrrh, there would be a long time. They wasn't sure about the 3 days. What if the 3 days was 30 days, right? Would the body stink? Would it maintain its sense of function? How could it be resurrected if it wasn't 2 or 3 days? That was one of the reasons for myrrh. Myrrh was a preservative to the body, wrapped up in the tunic and sealed like a bandage. I mean, imagine you have one little wound, right? And you put a salve on it because it was in a salve kind of form. It came in quadrants like this. So once all of this was given to Joseph, Joseph and Melchior, the leading Magi, made sure that this lasted a long, long time. And it will not only finance their trips to Egypt and then back to Judea, but eventually it would finance their journeys into the Middle East, into India, into Tibet, Nepal. It was amazing. It was a 16-year period, right? You're going on a trip tomorrow. Imagine how much capital you would need if it was 16 weeks, let alone 16 years, right? You had to know what you were doing and how you were doing it. Well, Joseph was that person, unbelievably grounded, definitely had the heart and the spirit of Hanuman around him constantly. And of course, he had John the Beloved there with him, and he made a point of it. John the Beloved and Joseph were very, very connected. When I think about today that not only am I a lama and a spiritual spokesperson for the most phenomenal lamasery on the earth, but I think that also I'm a father. And when I think about Joseph and my memory of him, I think about, oh my God, that's really powerful. And he is with us today also. That's right. You heard it first from Lamaji. Baraka Bashad, may the blessings be to you and your glorious family. Don't forget tomorrow's hump day, and Sister Lynette is looking for you on the gathering tomorrow. It's going to be real powerful. This week is going to be some big blessings. And again, thank you for attending our 12/12 event. We really appreciate that. God bless you all. See you soon.